I'm NichBoy and welcome to Pocket for Friday, the 29th of April. Today on the show, Geoblocks be gone! Sweet jazz beats, and what gets asked must get answered. Alright, here's what's been making headlines. Australians should be able to use VPNs to access international content and prices, says a draft report from the Australian Government's Productivity Commission. Released overnight, the report recommends that as part of an overhaul to Australia's existing copyright laws, reform should make it plain and clear that circumventing geo-blocking measures is not an illegal practice. To be clear, dodging geo-blocks is not technically an illegal act right now. It's just sort of like a grey area in the current legislation. The report reads, geo-blocking restricts a consumer's access to digital products, enabling rights holders and intermediaries to segment the internet into different markets and charge different prices, or offer different services to consumers based on their location. It concludes that Australians are paying more. Thanks for catching up, hockey! The report uses examples like Netflix and Game of Thrones on HBO Now, but this would theoretically extend to all digital service platforms like Steam, GOG, Origin, and other online games retailers. However, just because using a proxy would be perfectly legal if these reforms went ahead, that doesn't mean you're going to get away with using one. In Steam's subscriber agreement, which all Steam account holders agree to when they create their account, they list VPNs as a breach. Quote, you agree that you will not use IP proxying or other methods to disguise the place of your residence, whether to circumvent geographical restrictions on game content, to purchase at pricing not applicable to your geography, or for any other purpose. And Valve can terminate your account if you break this agreement. Meaning, goodbye Steam library, goodbye 300 games I've acquired at various sales that I was definitely gonna play at some point. Probably not, but it's nice to own them. Basically, if this goes ahead, it's going to be useful on a service-by-service basis. Some platforms, like Steam, will punish you for it, whereas others may not care. The point is, while this would be an important first step for the Australian government in carving the way towards a more global and fair online market, consumers wouldn't feel the effects of these changes anytime soon. In fact, after the 2012 IT pricing inquiry amounted to a whole lot of nothing, the cynical side of me feels like the Australian government are just putting their hands up saying, look, Australia, we can't get you a better deal, but we are sick of reading all these articles about how you keep pirating Game of Thrones. Just go and virtually exist in other, better countries. Moving on now, and Sony announced overnight they are still king of this console race. In the 2015 financial year, Sony sold 17.7 million PS4s across the globe, which is up from the 14.8 million sold in 2014. Which means there are at least 17.7 million people pissed off about the fact that the PlayStation Neo exists. Fallout 4 Survival Mode is coming to consoles next week. The brutal new difficulty mode has left beta on PC, making it available to everyone on Steam. Bethesda confirmed that the patch will begin rolling out to PS4 and Xbox One at some point next week. Alright, it's time for Thing of the Day. John? When you're ready.
What? What are you talking about?
Is the coast clear? Are they still watching?
No, they're gone.
Thank God. As long as people think we're a joke, then we can take control. Oh shit! It's Nick Richardson!
Thing of the day.
Jazz drummer Caleb Goss looks all around for musical inspiration. His latest muse was professional Super Smash Bros. Melee player Armada. Goss added some sweet percussive accents to the brawl as Armada neatly worked his way to a perfect victory. Now that's my tempo, John.
Shit! It's Nick Richardson!
Thing of the day.
Alright, let's ask some pockets. Although not ask, because you've already asked them, so let's answer some pockets. And our first pocket comes in from Caleb. Hey Nick, do you or anyone else in the office speak another language that isn't English? I'm currently learning Japanese and I love saying sayonara, which means goodbye, whenever I get a kill in a game or something like that. Caleb, I actually don't speak another language. I learnt French and Indonesian when I was in school, but never enough to really speak fluently, and since then all the words have fallen out of my head. I only remember one word, and that's bonjour, which I believe means I'll have the fish in Indonesian. As for other people in the office, Lynn speaks Mandarin and Shanghainese. Janet could pretty competently work her way through France. Our production assistant Sunita blows us all away by speaking Thai, Korean, Lao, Japanese, and French, but she's also known to be a liar. And Bajo speaks his own language, which is a series of cackles depending on his mood. We've hit a nerve. But I love the idea of you just sitting at home whispering sayonara every time you kill someone, because that's not creepy at all. I tend to not say anything when I get a kill in a game. I'm more of a when I get killed kind of guy. My go-to phrase is usually Our next question comes in from Icy Mind Racer, who wants to know, hey Nick Boy, how are you? Good? Yeah, that's cool. Anyway, I just wanted to know how GG Edit Monkey's holiday was in Japan. John, now's your chance. Be detailed, engaging, and verbose. John, ladies and gentlemen. Moving on now to Harry Baker. My girlfriend pronounces your name NichBoy. Is this actually the correct pronunciation? She says she knows it's not actually, but says it sounds more European. German, maybe? You should change it. Harry, I really went through the ringer with this one. You sent me this question last night on Twitter, and when I read it, I was tired and hangry, and what I thought you meant was, my girlfriend thinks your name is Niche, it sounds European, you should change your name because your name is stupid. So then I got all arced up and I was like, I'm gonna take Harry's girlfriend down a peg or two on tomorrow's episode of Pocket. So then I got in this morning and I was sitting down all ready to write the most scathing, vitriolic, out of proportion response to what I assumed was a digital glove slap to the face of my honor. But now I'm rereading it and I realize you actually meant niche sounds European, you should change your name to niche to sound more sophisticated. And so now I feel bad. So I guess I can throw out this very well prepared but hate-filled speech, and I won't be needing this, or this. I just really hope you and your girlfriend have a nice Friday evening. All right, moving on now to Tim Ober. If you had the chance to wipe your memory of one game and experience it completely anew, which would it be and why? Mr. Ober, good question, and I thought this would be an easy one to answer, but the more I thought about it, the more I realized a lot of the games I really cherish and love are skill-based games that I worked really hard at to become semi-decent at. So I really wouldn't like to forget all of that knowledge. So I guess the ones I would want to experience again fresh would be narrative-based games. I would love to play BioShock Cold again. I want to go back to discovering that weird, unsettling, beautiful, and tragic world. I want to be terrified of facing my first Big Daddy, then heartbroken as I realized they were simply trying to protect the little sisters from me, the horrible invader who wanted to harvest them. And that twist still stands as one of the great forehead-slapping WTF moments of gaming for me. And for some reason, I really want to experience that masterful manipulation feeling again. The other game I would love to go in fresh with would be Journey. And there's nothing in Journey game-wise that I feel like I need to forget, no twist or something that I wish I could unlearn, but I just don't think any game will make me feel as sad as just as I was about to finish Journey, I turned around to find that the person I had played through the whole game with had disappeared. And it broke me. So it's not so much the game that I want to experience again, it's the feeling of loss, which is weird. I want to be manipulated and lose things, which I feel like says more about me than video games. Though today I did play Star Fox Zero for our gameplay video, and I do wish I could forget that. Our final question comes in from Eve Sparkle. Nick, would you be terribly insulted if I made a dating sim about you? Eve, I'd never really thought about it before, but now that I have, I think I would be insulted if you didn't make this game. The real question is, what kind of game are you talking about? Am I trying to find someone in the game for myself, or am I an overlord, some sort of sexy digital love maker? Because I feel like I'd be good at that. John and the Pinata here have been making eyes at each other for the last couple of minutes, so there could be some potential there. Guys, sound off in the comments below, and let's help Eve out. We're gonna need some name suggestions, some basic gameplay mechanics, maybe a light plot, ideally some art. Eve, I've learned in my long career, in television and my relatively short career in internet is to never say that you're going to do something to an audience and then not follow through and actually do it. Now I've made you say it, so now you're going to have to do it, and I can't wait. All right, that's it for today's episode of Pocket. My Pocketeers, help Eve in the comments below, and while you're on the internet, check out Good Game on Facebook, YouTube, and iView. Want to meet fellow Pocketeers? Then join the Pocketeers Facebook group and Steam group. You can follow Good Game on Twitter at Good Game TV, follow Pocket at NichBoy, at Pierrot, at GG, at Monkey, and at Samgy. There are links to everything I just said in the description below. Today's Thing of the Day graphic was made by Annihilator Q. Thank you very much, Annihilator. If you've made a thing, please send it in. And do not forget to vote for your favorite Thing of the Day graphic. There is a link to that poll also in the description. All right, until Monday, NichBoy out. John. Ooh, you like this? What about this bit? Yeah. Yeah, get it in you, mate.